like book covers for your books.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, man, I'm gonna go to H&B, get some of these brown bag specials, Taylor Brown, make some book covers. And we used to take the brown bags, take the book covers, or look for book covers. And I'm like, we sell book covers no more. All right, cool. I just go get some brown bags or whatever. And the first day of school, I was like, where's books? I don't have any books. You don't have any books. Good thing I didn't get like 20 brown bags. So to make some, you know, you can take brown bags.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was all excited, you know, sit there and do book covers with the show. I'm like,
those days are gone.
You have a book cover on your book, you got trouble, you got attention.
Yep, yep. Sure did. Sure. Yes, indeed. Hold on. Oh, okay. My soror said about they're gonna go up there. She said I can't do the traveling up there and the turnaround at the same day coming back to Houston. That's how you know you're getting old. Used to be back in the young days, you could travel to Austin, turn around and come back. Yeah, yeah. Or you could travel to San Antonio or Dallas and turn around and come right back.
I do that now.
Yeah, but when you get our age, you're like, dang, I can't do that. I need to sleep.
I did that about a month ago. I went up to my uncle's funeral at night, and my cousin went to a bar. We were drinking, having fun. And I stopped drinking early. Then we went to some breakfast place on Academics. Got some food in my system. Got his car, passed out in his car. So we got home. I was all right, now I'm going home. Like, you sure? It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I made it all the way back here. Exactly. He told me, like, you all right? Like, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. You get my age, that kind of stuff don't fly no more. Not hardly. Okay, you guys. So let's go on our step-by-step book. We're gonna go on our step-by-step book. Now, this is the 2017 version for me. I'm sure y'all have the 2018 version of the step-by-step book. And I'm just going to talk from here first before I go to the board and then present. I think that's what I'm going to do first and foremost. Let me plug up my computer so to get some juice. This step-by-step, this blue book. Okay, you need your regular handbook, not the workbook, your regular handbook. Okay. I know those books are a workout, aren't they? I know it.
One of the girls like, all these books. These books are like that. They ain't gonna She's doing like a year.
Okay, now in my book, it says chapter 11. So I imagine chapter 11 should be evaluation and management codes in your book. I don't know exactly because I have a 2017 265. Okay, let's see what mine is. Okay. Okay, evaluation and management code. Now, we're going to talk straight directly dealing with this book, which is the CPT book 2018. Just a quick pop quiz. What do you think is going to happen come November 1st? The books change. 2019. Welcome 2019. No, you all will not get any 2019 editions. Your tuition is already paid for whatever edition you have on hand. So when you get ready to work in the real world, the professional world, you, as of November 1st, you will need to utilize November 1st, 2019 edition for CPT and ICD-10 and ICD-10 PCS. Remember that I said that CPT procedure code books are for physician offices, right? For physician offices. Okay. Now, for the ICD-10 CM, you can use this book, inpatient or outpatient diagnosis coding. Remember what I said before, when you go to look up your code, you find your code according to the condition, the disease, or illness, okay? So you would find that in what volume? Should you find that first in volume 1 or volume 2? Let's do volume 2. Oh, okay then. Shuck a duck, quack, quack. Okay. He said quack. Okay, that's perfectly fine. And now after you look and research your information in volume 2, where should you go to verify your information that you found in volume 2? Volume 1, very good, very good, very good. Okay, now this book is ICD-10-CM. This is for diagnosis coding. Diagnosis coding tells what is wrong with the patient. Okay, CPT coding tells what the doctor did about the patient, right? Okay, so let's suppose now the ICD-10 PCS book is different, okay? It has your 2-digit procedure codes in there, and it's particularly for acute care coding, okay? Acute care is the same as inpatient or outpatient.
Acute care? That's inpatient.
Inpatient. All right, very good, Chris. Go ahead. Okay, so acute care. Do the dab, Chris. Do the dab. Do the dab. Okay. All right. So acute care and inpatient is the same. Okay. And I think I've explained once before that they utilize ICD-10 PCS books for procedures in the hospital and to help code from operative reports, okay? From operative reports. So we'll talk about eventually some admission procedures when patients are admitted into a hospital, what they should have already there at the hospital before they go in for pre-screening. These days, everything for inpatient care, except for emergencies, are pre-screened. And they usually like to ask the question, they usually, they usually like to ask the question, where are you going to have your procedure at? Okay. And oh, I'm going to have my procedure right here, or right here, or right here, or right here. Okay. So, and they have to verify what's documented in the H&P, the history and physical. Okay. All your labs have to be there. Your EKG has to check out. All your vital signs the day before the surgery has to check out to make sure that you're stabilized and normal. Then they give you recommendations. You can't eat nor drink after midnight or after 10 o'clock. So that's how all that works. Okay, so we're going to talk about evaluation and management, chapter 11 in the step-by-step book. Okay. Evaluation and management is the first set of codes in the procedure code book. And usually that front chapter of that looks like this. So if you have your CPT book, I need you to turn to this page of your evaluation and management section of your CPT book. Evaluation and management section of your CPT book. This deals with all the office visits that the doctors do, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, all these wonderful people, occupational therapists, visiting nurses, Home health, respiratory therapists, they have to charge for visits. They charge in increments of 10, 20, 30, 45 minutes, however long that will take. We usually code according to different levels of care. So we're going to learn that step by step as we go. It's real important. Then we're going to do a little small exercise, okay? Oh, okay. He said, uh-oh. Okay. So let's turn to page, now 284. Does your 284, because my 284 looks like this. What does your 284 look like? Oh, like that. Okay, so turn to this page. What page is this? 265? 267? Okay. Because mine is 284.
The contents of the E&M section?
Yes, the contents of the E&M section. Okay. Now, look at all of this. This is how the doctors get paid for their time. Time is money, and money is time. All that doctor has is his money on his mind. So we got to make it happen. Am I right? Can the church say amen? Y'all quiet. I guess y'all sleeping. Oh Lord. Let me not pass around the offering plate too quick.
Oh, please do go ahead.
I'm sure if I pass it around, Chris, it may not be too much in there. Okay, now let's look at this. The first section is office and other outpatient services, hospital observation services, hospital inpatient services, consultations, emergency department services, critical care services, nursing facility services, domiciliary rest home, such as boarding home or custodial care services, domiciliary rest home or home care plan oversight services, prolonged services, case management services, care plan oversight services, preventive medicine services, non-face-to-face services. Those are your telephone services and your online medical evaluation. Those right there, your non-face-to-face services, those are what you call telemedicine. Okay? Special E&M services for newborn care services, inpatient neonatal intensive care services, and pediatric and neonatal critical care services, care management services, and transitional care services, advanced planning. Okay, so these are some of your services that you will be using. Now, when you're going to charge a insurance company for the doctor visiting hospitals, visiting patients in the hospitals, notice when a doctor says, I'm going over next door to the hospital, because the office building is right next door to the hospital, right? So he says, I'm going right next door over to the hospital. I'm going to make my rounds. Or usually the doctors will make their rounds 7 o'clock in the morning, and then they come to their office for 9 o'clock, and then they finish seeing their patients about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Okay, last patient is usually taken in about 4:30. Okay, all right. So when they go over to the hospital and make their rounds, they usually do 10 minutes. The attending physician will have all his residents, like y'all see on Grey's Anatomy, especially if it's a teaching facility. And he's going to say, okay, we're going to see this patient. Here's their medical record. Ma'am, how you doing this morning? How's your vital signs look great. Do you have any questions? Have they ordered breakfast for you? Okay, let me look at your wound. Oh, your wound looks fantastic. Okay, we move around along. That's 10 minutes. So that right there for hospital inpatient services, for subsequent hospital care, you're going to use that category of numbers, which begins 99231 between 99233. In the SOAP notes, where do we live in the SOAP notes as medical coders and billers? Huh? Assessment. Very good. We live in assessment. Assessment is going to always tell us the review of systems. Assessment is going to always tell us what the doctor did about the patient. Did he do labs? Did he do x-rays? how long did he see the patient? The dictation from the hospital, the transcriptionist is going to say the physician saw the patient looked fine, blase, blase. He only spent 10 minutes with the patient. No labs were ordered at this time. Okay, so you already know, and we're going to look at different variances, different levels of care. You already know if he didn't order any labs at that moment and he only seen the patient for a short period of time, then you're going to have a pretty much good idea about a documentation, not just by assumption by yourself. Documentation in medical records, electronic medical records, or paper-based medical records. Documentation is everything. Are y'all getting that? There you go. I can't say it enough. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, when you see that, then you're gonna say, okay, well, he only spent $10, 10 minutes with that patient. That's gonna be $225. Hi, how you doing? You doing all great? Oh, you look great. What they did? Okay, you can have oatmeal and pancakes. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all have a nice day. I'll come back later.
I have a question. So say I'm in the hospital and the doctor comes by and I stop him right before I get out that door. Like, I don't even see, bro. That might think.
You can't do that.
They're still gonna charge me $200.
Yeah, they're still gonna charge you because they got to look at your chart. They got to document that they've seen you. And even though you stopped them, they're gonna say, okay, so well, you doing all right? They're still gonna ask you, how you doing? They're still gonna ask the nurses, how's his vital signs doing? All that point of service care that they do on the bedside, that they come in and check all your vital, those are point of service care machines. So technically, yeah, he's still seeing you. No, healthcare is not highway route.
$270 for 10 minutes?
No, $225.
$225 for 10 minutes?
Huh.
You come in there and only thing you could have read that at your office. I could have emailed that to you.
No. If I was a physician, I'd charge you. I gotta pay back medical school. I gotta pay back all that tuition.
No, I get it, but 10 minutes just to ask me that, do I want breakfast and your vital signs are okay?
Yeah, because my name is stamped for the day. If anything go wrong, that's my name. That's my license.
It seemed like that should be included into your job description. Like
it is.
But it shouldn't be charged separately. It's like with me, I think that doctors, they charge for everything. Everything that they do, they charge for. It's just like if I work in the oil field, I charge, all right, you come into my office, it's $50. I got to go out and check your work, now you pay me $50. I got to go out there and fit the motor on, that's $75. Like they're charging. I just think that.
Right. They don't charge for every single thing, but at least 80% of what they do, they have to charge. It's the law. Because some things they can't just let it roll like that. What if a lawsuit happens? And that's another subject we're gonna talk about. Mm-hmm. If anything happens on that doctor's watch, particularly for that period of time in the hospital during those dates of service, and he's not charging for it or itemizing that on a hospital bill, then they're gonna question. CMS is going to question him. His peer review is going to question him.
No, I understand it. It just seems like it shouldn't be that to that extreme where you walk by and you come in there looking at your chart, $200. It seems like, oh, you know what? I'm getting paid 6 figures, $200,000 a year. This is my job to come read. I'm not going to charge you just to read your sheet.
But you have
I'll charge you just to see.
You have some doctors that will do charity work. They will. That's what they call doctors beyond borders. They have some doctors that will do charity work. Not all doctors are hungry.
What it is.
Yeah.
I think the whole health. Maybe I can make a change.
Okay, well let's see how you gonna do that.
Not too well. I'm too old for that.
Oh, okay. I thought so. All right. Shut that down real fast. Okay. So let's move right along. 3 factors of E&M code. Code assignment in the E&M section varies according to 3 factors: place of service, type of service, and patient status. Now, let's look at the front cover of your book. I'm going to do y'all like I used to do my little kindergartners, like my little beautiful pre-K kids, my little kindergartners. Ooh, now this is the front of the book. This is all the illustration of the pictures. Okay, we're gonna open up the cover. Okay, let's open up the cover. They be excited. Yay! Okay.
Now you gotta read. Oh.
Yeah. So we're gonna open up the front cover. And on the front cover, you have all your syllables. How many of y'all are already familiar with the anatomy of the CPT book? The contents that's in the CPT book. How many of y'all are familiar? You pretty much, oh, I could tell. What about you, Danielle? A little bit? Okay. So this front cover right here. Yay. Okay. So this has all the symbols, the modifiers, the anesthesia modifiers. So I'm going to talk to you about how we do that in case y'all want to do billing for an anesthesia office. Okay. For anesthesia position. Modifiers here. Okay. Now, the next thing is, you want to skip this. This is a beautiful little sticky page you can decorate your book with. This page right here, this page is your place of service code, okay? All of your place of service codes. Okay, now, your most popular codes, let's look at that. Circle or check number 11, 12, 21, 22, check 20, 23, 24, and 25. Those are some of your most popular place of service codes, okay? That you will see on a regular, okay? That you're going to use on a CMS 1500 form. Have I given y'all CMS 1500 forms before?
No, you haven't.
No? Okay, I could have, okay, maybe that was a different. I gave it to y'all?
No, you gave me two.
Oh, yeah, I sure did. Okay. I don't have that big chart looking thing. I don't know where that is. Yeah, that's okay. All right. In the CMS 1500 book, let me see if I can find one. Well, you know what? I got one in my book bag. Let me do this right quick. I got one in my book bag. Let me take that out, my book bag. Y'all look at that. Okay. Oh. Gotta make some copies. This is not the best copy, but I have to make some copies. So sorry about it being so wrinkled in my book bag here. Okay. Let me pull up this section. Okay. All right. Now, let me straighten this out as best as I can. And I'm a little embarrassed here. Okay. This is what you call a CMS 1500 form. A CMS 1500 form. Does everybody see that? Okay. Now, on the CMS 1500 form, you have different boxes where you put different things of information. Some of the assignments that y'all been doing should have required you to do a CMS 1500 form. I think it would be advantageous of us to work on that tonight, a little bit of assignment so y'all know how that looks. Now, when you get ready to do electronic billing, electronic data interchange billing electronically, it's not going to look like this per se, but when you get ready to print it, everything is going to print looking like this. But when you work on the software itself, it's going to look a little different. Okay. Now in box 24 B, box 24B. And I'm going to bring this up as close as I can to this screen so you can see what I'm talking about. So 24B is right here, right there. Okay. So you're going to put the dates of services right up in here, and you're going to put the place of service right in here. If it was done in a doctor's office, you're going to put it there. If the doctor seen the patient in a hospital, place of service code 21 is going to go right there. If the doctor saw the patient in the emergency room, 23 is going to go right there. If the doctor saw it in an outpatient facility, 22 is going to go right there. Does everybody understand that? We have to document and know how the doctor treated the patient and where it all took place. This bottom box right here in the middle, which is box 32. Box 32 of your CMS 1500 form is going to pretty much tell you whether services were rendered. Okay? Now, that's real important that information is filled out, because again, documentation is everything, Chris. So we can't let everything be free for the patient, because if something happens or a lawsuit breaks out, we have to have what you call a paper trail, a documentation trail of what all happened, what all took place, and who what and did what. Okay. All right. So now we're going to turn this beautiful page from place of service codes, and we're going to turn over to, let's see here, past the acknowledgements, past the committee. Now, the reason why, let me explain the American Medical Association, why they put this beautiful procedure code book together, why they have different editions coming up every November 1st. It's called statistics. Statistics is everything. It's everything. We have to know the latest procedure that was invented by a physician. Anybody ever heard of Dr. Michael Brown of the hand surgery? You know, he went to jail big time for spousal abuse. Huh? No, for spousal abuse.
Really?
I don't know if y'all ever seen his commercial, Daddy's Baby Girl. And he had all these 5 daughters on the baby commercial, on the commercial. He was the hand center, the Brown Hand Center. And he did a lot of, the Brown Hand Center, he did a lot of carpal tunnel surgeries. Okay. Okay. And he died in jail. I think he had a heart attack or something like that in jail. He had an awful temper, drunk and everything. But anyway, it used to be when I worked in orthopedics, they used to do carpal tunnel when they would cut the middle of your hand and do a muscle release in the middle of your hand. So it would take every bit of 2 to 3 months for your hands to heal.
We seen that surgery. The librarian showed us the surgery.
Okay.
Of the new procedure where he goes in from here.
Mm-hmm.
And then they stick the little tube in there, and then he sticks the camera in there and starts.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I need to get that done like ASAP.
Okay, so you have numbness and tingling in your hand? Okay. And it wakes you up at night? Okay, yeah. Because I had a right hand carpal tunnel surgery myself. But they updated it. So I think by the time I had my carpal tunnel surgery, 2007, by Dr. Ferrari, mine was done right there. You could barely see it, right in the fold of my wrist. And he went right in, and it took me 2 weeks to heal. So that was very good. And he said he did it, I think, in 38 minutes, something like that. Doctors tend to get a fascination of how fast they can do a procedure, how fast and accurate they can do a procedure. Fast is one thing, but quality is another. Quantity is not everything. Quality tops it all, as far as I'm concerned. Okay? Now, why did Ms. Harper go there about that? Okay, I'm glad you asked. Okay, because in the CPT book, some doctors will take a procedure such as the Brown procedure and may invent something better on top of that. Okay, now, when an invention has occurred, just like a business, invention of some sort out there, it has to be recorded in the U.S. Patent Library. Okay, and for your information, Rice University has a patent library in the basement of their library in the med center. Okay, it's very, very nice library, nice patent, U.S. patent library. But anytime, so say for instance, if Dr. Brown, he invented this hand procedure where he can go in the fold of your hand, do a carpal tunnel release, and then let's suppose Dr. I don't know, J. Michael Smith says, I think I can do better. I can do it by ultrasound. Okay. So he has to go to the U.S. Patent Library at the Fundra Library in the basement, and he has to make sure that no one else has invented or come up with that invention. However, there is something same or similar, and he has to give credit to a previous invention, same or similar. Because and then once he does that, then he goes through all the patent laws. If you don't do the proper research and all the patent laws, even being a physician, you can be sued. Okay, that's why they have hospital attorneys. Okay, now let's take a peek at this. All right, so that's why statistics is everything. We got to know who did the latest invention. Okay, so let's go through the anatomy of your CPT book. Let's look at the table of contents. Now, when we get ready to look at the how we review that, the main term is what you're gonna always look for. So, somewhat like coding, and I'll write this on the board. You have your main term, you have your subterm, you have your subterm of a subterm, and your subterm of a subterm. It works the same way in CPT coding. It works somewhat same or similar in diagnosis coding. Okay, you have to. Hi, Dr. Luglani, how are you? Oh, wonderful. You have to work. You have to do the coding in that fashion so that you'll know how things branch out. Okay, under one subheading. Okay, all right. So evaluation and management. Let's look at some of the subheadings. Okay, Chris, name one of the subheadings under contents for evaluation and management. Okay, look at this page. We're on contents. Contents, just contents. Danielle, did you find it, sweetie? Okay. Okay, very good. Brenda?
Yeah.
Okay. Help your brother, baby. Help your brother. Back the other way, baby. Back the other way. Okay, keep going. Fine. Take your book. It's Roman numeral. Yeah. Got it? Okay. Now, Chris, on the evaluation and management, the main heading is evaluation and management. What is name a subheading? Name any one. Okay, anesthesia guidelines. Brenda, name one.
Hospital and patient services.
Okay. I'm sorry. Anesthesia. Look under anesthesia. Name me one of the subheadings. Okay, very good. Kayla, under surgery guidelines, under surgery, not surgery guidelines, but surgery. Name me one of the subheadings. Very good. Jakaria, under radiology, not the guidelines, but radiology. Name me one of the subheadings. Nuclear medicine. Okay, very good. Danielle, under the subheadings of pathology and laboratory. What is it? Okay, transfusion medicine. Very good. Okay, under medicine, not medicine guidelines, but medicine. Chris, name me one of the subheadings.
medicine guidelines.
Medicine, not medicine guidelines, medicine. Dialysis, very good. So what is Ms. Harper saying? Ms. Harper is trying to get you familiar of codes that if you're going to code for dialysis, you got to go to the medicine section. If you're going to code for nuclear medicine, you got to go to the radiology section. If you're going to code for transfusion medicine, such as blood transfusions, urinalysis, maybe even some sort of genomic sequencing, let's see. Immunology, that goes under pathology and laboratory. So I'm just trying to get you familiar with categories, with headings and subheadings. And then once you learn the subheadings, you're not going to memorize all of this. You're not. All I'm trying to do is get you familiar of knowing where stuff is. Once you do it over a period of time as a routine, it'll just come to you like water. Okay? All right, super fantastic. Okay, now let's turn the page. I can't believe how this page looks. Okay, Chris, we're gonna finally move on to evaluation and management codes. How many of y'all brought your workbooks? Yes. No, your workbook to your step-by-step.
Oh, yeah.
You have your step-by-step workbook? Okay, Brenda, do you have yours, baby? Okay, then share with your brother, baby. Kayla, you have yours? Okay, okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, now, yeah, go to chapter 11 in your book, Danielle. Everything's happening so fast. Wow. Okay, now, there should be an assignment in there. What is it, sweetie? No, honey bun, your step-by-step book, your step-by-step workbook is a thin book. Yeah, there you go. Go to chapter 11. Okay, page 51. Okay, now there should be an assignment where you all start coding, correct? So turn to that page, Shakari. Let me know where it first begins.
Start coding?
Yes.
It's 54. It's 54. It's at the bottom of 53.
Same thing?
53, 54.
Okay.
Oh, you mean
all right. So let me come borrow your book. Let me just come share with you. You know what? I'm going to go back here. Hold on just a minute. Let me go right back here. Okay. Now. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay. All right, now let's look at the first one on page 54. And that's going to be D. Look like 31D. Okay, is everybody on there? 31D? Okay, 31D. Fantastic. All right. I'm sorry. It says right here, the patient record indicates that a problem focused history, underline that. Problem focused history, underline that, or write it down. Highlight it if you want to. That's perfectly fine.
What is it again?
Problem focused history. Circle examination. It says problem focused history and examination were done. When this is combined with the level of decision-making complexity. Circle that, decision-making complexity. Now you're probably wondering, Well, why, Miss Harper, are you doing this? I'm glad you asked. I'm about to come back to the book and show you why. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, going back to your handbook. This is your handbook, not your workbook, but your handbook. Okay. We've already talked about the 3 factors of E&M codes. Now we have to establish the fact, is this going to be an established patient, outpatient, or inpatient? I'm looking at the next page over where it says patient status, and you have type of service. Okay, let's turn to the next page where it says various levels of E&M codes. Various levels of E&M codes. See the term highlighted where it says key components, which is level of services are based on key components. Does everybody see that in their book? Okay, Kayla, you see it? Turn the page in your handbook. See where it says 11-1? Okay, so on the other side of it, it should say key components in bold lettering.
Yeah.
You see it? Okay, fantastic. Okay. Now, there's a sentence structure that says levels of service are based on key components. Okay, key components are history, highlight that, examination, and medical decision-making complexity. Did we find that in the sentence structure for 31D? Something same or similar to that, right? One of those key components, right? Okay. Now, let's look at the contributory factors. Contributory factors, was it counseling, coordination of care, nature of presenting a problem, and time? All right, so here's some more details about key components. You have history, examination, medical decision-making. Let's go back to the CPT book. I want y'all to take a good look at the first evaluation and management code so you can get an idea of where I'm going. Everybody should be on this page. Evaluation and management. Everybody should be on this page. Everybody on this page?
One. The real
Nope. Keep going. Yeah, but this is a CPT book. So keep going. Turn.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's not the right page.
Page 11. Okay, page 11.
Yeah. That's what I said. That's not the right page.
Oh. Well. Oh.
Okay. All right. So everybody should be on this page here. Now, look at new patient. Now, the main topic is evaluation management. The subtopic is office or other outpatient services. Do y'all see that? It's written in green. They have it color coded. Okay. And then the subterm of a subterm or subcategory of a subcategory is new patient. Yeah, getting it. Main category. This the main category. Subcategory. Sub subcategory, which is new patient. Now, let's look at 99201. There are how many key components there 99201. Three. Very good. How many key components for 99202? Okay. And the same for uh, uh, 992044, and the same for 99205. Now, going back to 99201. Notice how each of the three key components for each CPT code expresses something a little different. Now focus history. problem focus examination, straightforward medical decision making. Compare that to 900. I'm sorry. 9202. The three components for 9202 says expanded problem focus, expanded problem focus examination, straightforward medical decision making. But